Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, folks, here we go right out of the gate on this Back to Work Monday. And again, hopefully you had a great weekend. And, well, as promised, it was a pretty active weather weekend in North Texas. Of course, we had the heavy rain event, we had the flooding event, and, well, we also had this strong Canadian cold front, as promised, blew through the area and really in its wake this morning out the door. Look at some of these morning lows. Again, we saw widespread 30s around the area. In fact, the Bowie area has just now dropped. Their official morning low has dropped below freezing, down to 32, Graham 33, even though it looks like from our major reporting stations here, we only had one slight freezing temperature this morning. I think as we get into tonight, even the night after that, I think we have a better opportunity of a freeze around the area. We're going to talk about that. And then what about any additional rain chances coming up? Again, details on that over the next few minutes as well. But just looking in the Metroplex here, again, also where we started the morning, actual morning lows. Again, DFW down to 38, Alliance, Fort Worth side of town 36, and again, Dallas Love 38 this morning. But even locally in Dallas and Tarrant County, tomorrow morning, we may be flirting with that freezing mark. So we'll continue to clear the skies. The rain in the Metroplex today, it's basically done. And again, we will transition to more in the way of sun as we go through the afternoon. It's going to be a really brisk northerly wind that stays up through the day, really putting an edge on the temperatures. And I think 48 to right around 50 for daytime highs, again, locally here in the Metroplex today. So we had more rain overnight this morning for the morning commute in the Metroplex. Most of it was tapering off, right? The roadways were still kind of wet to damp, but there wasn't a lot of active rain. Again, most of this was through the wee hours of the overnight. But additional rainfall totals here, again, fairly generous. A lot of locations picking up right around a half an inch. We combine that with what we've already seen. And again, yes, this has been a really significant rainfall event, something that, of course, we so desperately needed, really catching up now and really, again, tamping down some of that drought criteria. And we'll talk a little bit more about that coming up later in the hour. But you can see radar here. We're beginning to really taper off the rain. It's mainly down in our southeastern counties. And really, as we go through the rest of the morning into the afternoon, we'll basically take those rain chances down through the rest of the day today. And again, tonight, really over the next couple of days. It does appear as though we now go into a fairly dry pattern, but it will be a cool pattern, and this is the reason why. You can see this big long wave trough coming down. At any time, especially through the fall and winter, you hear long wave trough. That typically means chillier to colder to much colder. In this situation, not much colder, but it's definitely going to be cooler for the next several days. Again, with temperatures below normal, especially in the mornings, it's going to be downright chilly. Sometimes in this pattern, you can get little impulses that ride down on this northwesterly flow and can also give you some precipitation chances as well. Right now, I'm not necessarily seeing that. I think our forecast does remain dry. I think truly, the way it looks right now, you have to look out about 8, 9, maybe even 10 days to find our next opportunity of rain. But again, with all the recent rain we have, again, we can handle just a few dry days as we go forward in time. Otherwise, as we go over the next several days, like I mentioned, for at least the next few will be below normal. Then we'll finally begin to kind of taper off against some of those chillier temperatures. And in fact, we'll be a little bit closer to normal heading into the weekend. So we do have a freeze warning in effect. Our western counties, central parts of North Texas, including the Metroplex, and even our northeastern counties, that will be for tonight. And I think we'll probably do it again tomorrow night. Not everyone's going to see a freeze, but there will be a possibility that, again, where you are, your temperatures may dip down to around 29 to 32. So not a hard freeze, but again, a freeze could be possible. The one thing you want to make sure you do is, again, obviously check on those tender outdoor plants, vegetation, things like that. Otherwise, again, you can see we clear out the skies quickly as we go through the day. Rain chances basically ending right now, upper 40s to right around 50 for daytime highs. There's that ending rain chance this morning in our southeastern counties. You see that there. And then as we go through this evening, it's going to be a chilly evening, but dry with temperatures through the 40s. And that brisk northerly wind continues to edge down those wind chill factors as well. So you see the 29s, the 30s, the 32s. Again, you can see that opportunity of a freeze in some locations, again, out the door tomorrow morning. And then as we go through tomorrow, more the way of sunshine, temperatures back in the 50s. And that will be the trend over the next several days. We'll, again, replace the clouds with the sunshine. And again, you can see we begin to trend those temperatures up heading into the weekend before our next possible rain chance. Again, as I mentioned, about 8, 9, maybe 10 days on down the road.